We'll take you on a journey to the country's premier cruise destination. Then you'll be wrapped up in precious metals. Stick with us while I, Theodore Henry, will be your guide. Jamaica Magazine is here to improve your life. The latest news stories are next. Cervical cancer, caused by the human papillomavirus HPV, is a major public health concern in Jamaica. Almost 50% of the women diagnosed each year die from this preventable disease. To prevent cervical cancer and save lives, the Ministry of Health is providing the bivalent HPV vaccine to girls ages 9 to 14 years free of cost. Parents, give your girls a fighting chance against this deadly disease. The bivalent HPV vaccine is safe and provides 90 to 100% protection against HPV type 16 and 18, which are responsible for most HPV-caused cancers. Call the Ministry of Health's toll-free line 1-888-1-LOVE or 1-888-663-5683 for more information, or email us at hpvinfo@moh.gov.jm. You can also find further information on the website moh.gov.jm, as well as the Ministry of Health's social media channels.
Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, December 5. Jamaica is to have its second modern cancer care center in the public health sector opened early in the new year.
By the end of next quarter, the second linear accelerator will open at the St. Joseph's facility in Kingston. So we will now have 2 such facilities.
The health minister made the announcement at the recent opening of the first state-of-the-art cancer care facility at the Cornwall Regional Hospital. The state-of-the-art linear accelerator LINAC machine is a key feature in the program to replace old, less efficient treatment methods for cancer.
It means, therefore, again, that we can have greater access to a modern facility, greater access to treatment and better treatment, and will improve the chances of recovery for persons who are affected.
Minister Tufton says that with the 2 facilities in place, Jamaica can also provide treatment services to persons from other countries in the region. In the meantime, all hospitals across the island should start seeing a transformation in records management in the coming fiscal year. Dr. Tufton says the ministry is in possession of a report on a pilot study conducted by the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO. He says the ministry is looking to operationalize the study's findings by having computerized health information systems expanded to all hospitals.
And next financial year, we're moving forward, as the University of the West Indies has done, in developing or commencing this process to develop a health information system in all our hospitals across the country. This will have significant implications for managing patient files and for a more efficient administration of public health.
And in other health news, the Portfolio Minister is urging research and public health officials to disseminate and apply research data to influence healthcare delivery and the well-being of the population.
It just makes logical sense that if we are going to drive policy decisions, strategic or operational decisions, that it must be informed by what happens and the evidence, the data that exists around us.
Dr. Tufton was addressing the 8th staging of the Ministry of Health's 2017 National Health Research 2-day conference held at the Jamaica Conference Center. It was held under the theme Exercising Mind and Body, Supportive Environments for Healthy Living. Over 100 scholarships are now available for student teachers to pursue undergraduate and graduate programs at the BAU International University in Washington, D.C. for a 3-year period. This was made possible by a Memorandum of Understanding signed between the Ministry of Education and BAU, valued at $3 million. 200 Jamaican English language teachers are expected to benefit from employment at the university's network of schools located in the United States and several other countries for the 2018-19 academic year. Education Minister Senator Ruel Reid says the partnership will not only create opportunities for Jamaican teachers and students, but it will also promote edutourism.
Through this initiative, trying to internationalize our education system, promoting what we call edutourism. We certainly, as we go abroad to study, we certainly want Jamaicans in the diaspora and nationalities across the world to come and study in Jamaica.
BAU International University is a private, non-profit tertiary institution that offers undergraduate and graduate programs in economics, international affairs, entrepreneurship, global affairs, and international law. And finally, the National Environment and Planning Agency has launched a compliance drive for business operators conducting operations with the required NRCA NEPA-issued permits and licenses. The drive commenced on December 1 and will continue through the month. Non-compliant business operators are warned that once the compliance drive has expired, court action will be taken against guilty parties. Under the NRCA NEPA compliance drive, business operators are encouraged to move swiftly to apply for 2016-17 beach licenses and all relevant instruments to ensure compliance with the environment and planning laws. Business operators and developers are also being encouraged to collect permits and licenses that have been approved by the NRCA. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.
Let's get a little breeze on this land. All right. Now let's get some bounce in the rhythm. All right. Let's get some fire on our hearts. Now that is what we call all right. Run, come, get some Jamaica.
Thousands of tourists thread the pathways of Ocho Rios annually. This is one of the realities that have convinced the Urban Development Corporation to continue its work to improve visitor experience in the resort town. We now head off to Ocho Rios to view the latest development initiatives.
The town of Ocho Rios is recognized as one of the most popular cruise destinations in the Caribbean and has been a destination of choice over the years. To enhance the experience, the Urban Development Corporation (UDC) has partnered with other government agencies on a program to upgrade the town of Ocho Rios and its cruise tourism product. Under the 5-year development master plan, which is called the Greater Ocho Rios Redevelopment Plan, approximately $761.3 million have been spent to redevelop the cruise terminal, the ground transport area, and also the Turtle Beach Road. These projects were completed in 2014 on behalf of the Port Authority of Jamaica (PAJ) through the Tourism Enhancement Fund (TEF). Continuing the redevelopment plan, work is now underway to build out the promenade, a 400-meter walkway linking the pier to the town of Ocho Rios, also through the TEF. This will provide an easy and safe walkway for locals and visitors through the busy town while providing a scenic view.
The features that are involved in this phase of the project includes the colored concrete walkways, pavers to the walkways as well, stone facing on the walls. We have timber kiosks that are reminiscent of old Jamaican architecture. We have lots of foliage landscaping that will also enhance the beauty and the offering here at the promenade. So what we're doing here is to enhance the beachfront, to create a promenade where people can walk, sit, eat, purchase merchandise at our kiosks that are being constructed, and also have a more welcoming environment as they journey along in the town of Ocho Rios.
Meanwhile, over at the fishing village, major works are being carried out, as well as general aesthetic and security improvements by the Port Authority of Jamaica. The next phases of the Greater Ocho Rios Redevelopment Plan are the continuation of the streetscape development along Main Street from Turtle River Road to the Craft Market and the development of the boardwalk along the beach.
So that when guests come off the ship, they can walk freely, walk along the shops, get the gastronomy experience, get that immersion experience into the town, and get the vibe and liberty with the people.
The town of Ocho Rios will see other developments, such as a redesigned market space and shopping center, adequate parking facilities, and the development of the Ocho Rios Bay Beach.
We'll be looking at redesigning the entire layout of the market to integrate more of the transportation, having 2 tiers in the market, dealing with parking on that site. The rest of the parking in the town, we've identified about 6 different parking lots and parking blocks that we'll be creating 1,200 parking spaces for people to be at. In the ORCC, the Ocho Rios Shopping Center, that area will be transformed into a festival marketplace, and it will access a vista to the sea. The Ocho Rios Bay Beach will be redeveloped as well. We're looking at recreating the jetty that's there, cleaning up the beach, doing dredging in that area, fixing the groin a little bit more. And then at Pineapple Place, where we have the government agencies now located at ORCC, they'll be put there. And you'll have a business incubation center for the youth that are coming out of college, Brownstown, etc., that need to plug into the next level of commerce, interacting with the tourist town, and have incubation of ideas, and also craft and other government services will be in that space.
Further development in the town will also address drainage for water runoff and the build-out of an artisan village near the Turtle River Park, bringing together approximately 170 persons with different art forms and gastronomy. And speaking of art form, the UDC will be hosting its annual fireworks on the waterfront in Kingston. So come out on December 31 for the fun, the food, the entertainment, and most of all, the spectacular fireworks. To learn more about the work of the Urban Development Corporation, call 656-8031 or visit their website at www.udcja.com. You may also follow them on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit their information center on the ground floor, Kingston Mall, downtown Kingston.
Protect Jamaica, plant your grass. Help us become more resilient to climate change impacts. Protect Jamaica, plant a tree. It improves the island's national biodiversity. Trees may be fruit, ornamental, or timber, but must be native or suitable to the area's natural landscape. Join the Jamaica Million Tree Campaign and help to plant 1 million trees by June 30, 2019. This is a call to action by the National Environment and Planning Agency.
World Soil Day brings into focus the importance of the earth to mankind's survival. When the soil is nurtured, it bears fruits for us to consume. Next, site selection for planting your crops.
This garden is beautiful, right? Well, it took quite some time and a lot of hard work to get it to this stage. Did you get it in someone's backyard? It is. Backyard gardening is one sure way of eating healthy and saving money. Today, both you and I will be learning some important pointers on growing our very own garden. So, come, let's dig some dirt. With me is Master Gardener Rashida Linton. She'll be telling us what to consider when choosing a location for a garden. Rashida, this looks like a good enough location.
It is. This is quite okay. You need to ensure that your property is located in an area that receives anywhere from 6 to 8 hours of sunlight per day. Okay. In fact, you need to also ensure that it gets adequate amount of water. It could be either a water tank, a roof gutter, or just a simple tap. You know what? Chris, he's well informed, very experienced. This is his property. Okay. He'll be able to tell you anything you want to know. Chris, This is Kerry. Kerry, this is Chris. She's interested in farming. Please tell her anything she wants to know. See you guys later.
Okay. All right, later. Chris, look like we're going to do some farming. Yeah, all right.
Get geared up. You'll need gloves and rubber boots. First, clear the land of stones, tins, broken glass or other types of trash and large sticks or plastics that will hinder your plant's growth. Next, use the fork to dig the area and loosen the soil. You may want to make sure that you fork at least 10 to 12 inches or roughly 25 to 35 centimeters so that your plant roots grow easily. This is also the time that you should add whatever animal manure you have to the soil. Also, you may consider adding sand to improve soil structure and drainage. You want a nice crumbly texture. How much manure do you need? Use 1 kilogram or about 2.5 pounds of chicken manure or 4 kilograms or 8 pounds of cow dung or goat manure to 1 square meter or a yard-sized bed. Fork the manure well into the soil and keep forking to mount a raised bed that is at least 3 feet wide or 90 centimeters and 20 to 30 centimeters or 1 to 12 inches high. Keeping the width at 3 feet will make it easier for you to sow, weed, water and reap from the outside in without having to reach too far. To further ensure that your soil is free from pests and diseases, cover the soil with plastic for a few weeks. Cut large garbage bags down to the side seams and lay them on top of the soil to cover. You can use stones around the edges to keep the bags in place. The plastic covering will allow the soil to get heated in the sun, and over time this will kill most of the insects, pests and viruses that might be living in the soil. If you are fencing your plot, you should do that now too. Dig holes at least 1 foot or 30 centimeters. These holes should be at least 2 feet away from each corner of your raised bed. This will give you enough room to walk around as well as bend for sowing, weeding and watering. Next, one by one, set your fence posts in each hole and fill them in. Then, nail chicken wire around your plot, making sure to leave an opening for entrance and exit.
This is good, but you know you don't have to go through all this trouble. There is a much simpler way, especially for persons who don't have enough space. Okay. It is called containerized gardening. You need to ensure that you have access to a good amount of water along with 6 to 8 hours of sunlight per day. In fact, Bridget has a containerized garden. Let's go and see her.
All right. Chris, thanks.
Thank you.
Bridget. This is Kerry. Kerry, this is Bridget. Hi. Bridget has a container garden. Okay. Kerry is interested in doing containerized gardening. Please give her all the information she needs. Okay. Later, guys.
All right, then. Take care.
Hi, Kerry.
Hi.
You have actually come good time because I'm just about to transplant some tomatoes.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So, this is my container.
When you grow in containers, you must have a proper drainage. If you buy clay or plastic flower pots, they will have holes punched in the bottom for this purpose. But if you are making your own, you must make sure you punch holes in the bottoms and sides so that the plants won't get waterlogged and develop root rot. As for getting the right soil mix, making sure you have really good healthy soil is even more important in container gardening than it is in raised bed gardening. That's because the soil in pots is shallower and can dry out more easily. Most container plants do best with a mix of soils. 1 part loamy soil, 1 part sand and 1 part humus. Because potted soil does not easily retain nutrients, you should add 6 tablespoons of fertilizer to soil. Once you've put the right mix of soil in your pots, allow them to settle for a week or 2 before planting. The next thing to think about is choosing the right crop to grow in your pots. The most ideal plants for container gardening are callaloo, tomato, peppers, lettuce, cabbage, cucumber, legumes, condiments and herbs.
Thank you so much, Miss Williams, for all your help. Yeah, man. Boy, backyard gardening, not easy. But hey, at least now we know about site selection and container gardening. Backyard living, not bad at all.
When using an automated banking machine ABM, ensure the machine is in a location you are comfortable with, and when you enter, be sure to close the door. Examine the machine before you insert your debit card, and never enter your card if the machine has a suspicious device attached to it. More important, don't allow strangers to assist you in conducting a transaction. And remember, treat your debit card like cash. Keep it in a safe place.
Bamboo growers, companies involved in the manufacturing of bamboo products. Get registered with the Bureau of Standards Jamaica. The BSJ is a member of the International Network for Bamboo and Rattan, and the government of Jamaica wants to develop a standard-led bamboo industry that could lead to job creation and economic growth. Companies, your products could be stamped with the regionally recognized Jamaica-made mark certification and the National Certification Mark. Get registered and receive quality training and international certification. For more information, call the Bureau's Special Projects Department at 926-3140 or visit the BSJ at 6 Winchester Road, Kingston 10.
The season of giving is drawing close, so preparatory works should be in the making. Remember, if you wait, you may be too late. Likewise, if we wait to preserve the country's metal heritage, they may not be around for future generations to enjoy. Here's what's being done in the here and now.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Headquarters House, home of the Jamaica National Heritage Trust. We're going to take you through some of the ropes in the methods in conservation, so please come along with us. Thanks for joining us in our conservation lab. We have here working with us Mr. Darrington Ferguson as well as Mr. Frank Gale, and we'll be looking at some of the methods they will be applying to different material types for the preservation of our material culture of Jamaica. First of all, we have here some cannonballs that are usually found with some extent of corrosion. Mr. Ferguson is actually removing mechanically some of the concretion from a cannonball, and after he has removed that, then we would wire it. This wired metal object we would then install in our electrolytic tank. In the process of electrolysis, what we are actually doing, we are primarily reversing the process of corrosion. Once it has been electrolyzed, it would look something like this. So we would then proceed to brush to remove any loose rust that would be left on it. We would then put the iron object in some pure water, which we call deionized water, and that would be heated to ensure that the metal itself would facilitate the extraction of any impurities that might be left in the body of the iron. After that, we would dry the iron object. Most times we dry it in alcohol, and that would remove the water from the body of the object. And after drying, we would take a substance we call tannic acid, applying several coats, and it would form somewhat a stable surface for the iron object. And then the final stage is waxing to provide a coating or a lacquer on the surface of the iron object. Here we have Mr. Gale. He's actually applying orthophosphoric acid to remove slight rusting or corrosion from the case of a sword. He is actually using what we call a chemical as well as a mechanical means of so doing. We have close to it the extractor system, which is used to remove harmful fumes from the atmosphere in order to make the environment a much healthier one in which and a safer one for us to work. Lead corrodes by forming mainly lead sulfide and lead carbonate. So we would be soaking it first of all in ammonium acetate, and that would basically remove within a few hours the lead carbonate. In order to remove any residue of ammonium acetate that might be left on the lead, we would then rinse it quickly for a short time period. Just rinse it in a bath of a very dilute solution of hydrochloric acid. If there are any corrosion left at that stage, then we would remove that mechanically, either with very likely with a glass bristle brush. After that, we do as we would with the iron. Coming over here now, we have copper or copper material. We have been soaking this copper in a substance we prepare in the lab, which we call alkaline Rochelle salt. The alkaline Rochelle salt will remove from it largely what we call bronze disease. So we soak it in the solution. The chemical will dissolve the bronze disease. After that has been dissolved, then we would rinse in, for example, a dilute solution of sulfuric acid to remove any slight impurities or corrosion product that might be left there. After that, we will, as we do with the other metals, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you were well informed by the information we've imparted today, and you're welcome to join us at any time, particularly at our heritage sites. And when you see our heritage sites, you see the artifacts that are there, you will appreciate to a greater extent the effort that has gone into its preservation.
Let's talk about HIV/AIDS in the workplace. First of all, let's get it clear. Your status should never determine whether or not you gain employment in any organization. So if your employer or prospective employer asks you your status, you really have no duty to disclose this. In addition, if your status is disclosed in the workplace, whoever knows your status has a responsibility and in fact a very serious duty to keep this information to his or herself. You see, what we need to understand is that it's not that easy to catch HIV/AIDS by just simply interacting with someone in your work environment. If you share a glass, if you share utensils, touching a doorknob, sharing the same toilet, it does not put you at risk of catching HIV/AIDS. Simply breathing the same AC space would not put you at risk. Employers have a duty to put in place an anti-discrimination policy with regard to HIV/AIDS. Additionally, employers need to ensure that they're educating their employees on practices not only with regards to safe sex, but also with regards to how you deal with a fellow employee who has contracted the HIV/AIDS disease. We need to spread love, you need to know your status, and we must all work together to make our place of work free from discrimination.
Be in the know. Join the USF in the fight against HIV and AIDS.
Get tested, know your status.
This is where the pages close for today. You may watch our features anytime at your own leisure. Just click on one of our social sites. There's also our website, which contains the latest information on each ministry. Until then, come back tomorrow on this same station when we explore other policies and programs being implemented by the government. I'm Theodore Henry. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.